We got like the icy eyes, a more muted base, and like, look at these lips. So pretty. So I'm using the Morphe Sky-Fi palette. This is like from their rebrand. And man, these shades, gorgeous. So if you want to see how I did this look, just keep on watching. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna use my current favorite foundation. This is the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation, and I am in the shade 118. This is super lightweight. I have my SPF on, and this just sits on top just so beautifully. My skin right now is a little bit irritated, but this is like it's just a nice lightweight formula. It really doesn't feel like you have anything on when you wear this one. And I think this is just a beautiful foundation for summer. Like, it has a nice matte finish, but it doesn't flatten your face out, which is really nice. And now that I have my perfect foundation match, this just goes on a lot better. I used about a pump, like just over a pump of the foundation today. In my last makeup tutorial, I used about 2 pumps for more coverage, but I am gonna go lighter since my skin is a bit irritated at the moment. But look how gorgeous this is. I'm gonna go ahead and use my same cream contour. I'm gonna use more Morphe products and share my thoughts, but this is the Morphe 2 Sun and Done Smooth Gliding Bronzer, and I have the shade Golden Isle. And this is actually a tanner, like one of their more deeper shades. And I like this. My only thing is, it has like a, not necessarily greasier, a heavier type of feel to it than a lot of other cream bronzers and contours I've tried. And you know, it's warmer tone, but I mean, that's fine, it's a bronzer. But I bought this deeper shade hoping that it would be a cooler tone, but it's okay. I'm using a smaller brush just to make my nose contour a bit more precise, like that. The nice thing is it's really creamy, so even though this doesn't really like dry down to like a nice fully matte finish that I normally do, or that I normally like, it blends out really nicely. Like, see, it just melts in. And this is a lot more pigmented than a lot of other cream bronzing products that I have. So just keep that in mind, going with a lighter hand. And I'm going in a little lighter than I typically do because the eye look I'm going for is going to be a bit lighter in color, and I don't want my complexion products to overpower that. So just kind of blending everything in and bringing some warmth back. For my blush today, I'm going to use the Morphe Cheek Thrills, and actually I don't want to use Blanket. This is actually the one I used in my last video. I'm going to go ahead and use After Party. This one is actually like a shade dupe for She's Seductive, which I do have from Patrick Ta. Absolutely love that one. This is basically like a lighter pigment version of that. It's really beautiful, and I think for the $19 for this product, it's absolutely worth it because you're getting 3 different products. You're getting a cream blush, a powder blush, and a like highlighting balm. And the highlighting balm, I've noticed, doesn't really break down my makeup underneath, and that's a huge plus. I stay away from a lot of balm products because of that. Like the Merit blushes, that really does break down everything in my opinion, and I just don't like it. But this is a fantastic one if you're worried about your makeup breaking down. Just like that. And it's this is such a beautiful wearable color. Like, if you're looking for 2 shades to try out and you're like light to medium to tan in skin tone, try these 2. Try Blind Date and After Party. These ones are amazing. I tried Après Ski, but it was a bit too bright for my taste. It's in my kit, but it's not something I like to use personally on myself. Using my concealer, I don't have any like Morphe foundations or concealer, so I don't really have any opinions on that. But I have my L'Oreal Infallible concealer. I'm just using a little bit here to prime my lids and to get some of these dark circles covered. I have not been sleeping well, which is like the story of my life. But last night especially, I think I slept for an hour and a half, and that was after like making myself go to bed. But it's fine, I feel rested. As rested as one can be with 1.5 hours of sleep. But it's okay. We're getting a lot done. That's what's important. But using this brush to blend everything out. Setting powder, I have the Morphe Bacon Set setting powder in translucent, and like it's like a fine formula. It's nothing, it doesn't really stand out to me. I am a bit like, I do have my favorites for setting powders, and this wouldn't be like a top one in my opinion, and especially like the packaging I'm not a fan of. I don't like how big the holes are in here. You just get a lot of product every time you just give it a gentle shake. But I mean, it sets fine. I do find that this dries my under eyes quite a bit. And, you know, a lot of setting powders will do that, but you know, I have found a lot of setting powders that don't do that, and I am someone that has like dry under eyes, so just if you have drier skin, this might not be for you. But if you have oily skin, I think this Morphe one will be amazing and you'll love it. And this is a nice like skin tony shade, like it's not gonna ghost you out, and Morphe does have multiple shades of this, so I am happy to see that. But if you're looking for like another option that's similar, about mid-range price point, but that won't dry your eyes out is, or your under eyes out, is the About Face one. I have really been liking that one. It really does look like a nice filtered finish. But for my cheapest alternative that I absolutely love is Wet n Wild, and that one doesn't dry my under eyes out, surprisingly. I'm gonna fill my brows with the Morphe, like the fine tip brow pencil. I have the shade Java, which I'm fairly certain this is their deepest shade, and it just works perfectly for me. I just fill in these sparse areas. I just like using pencils for my brows, and this has like a nice cooler like charcoal tone to it, so it's not like black, you know? It matches really well, especially like I have blue black hair, like I dye my hair blue black, and this one works great for me. There we go. See? I'm not going in too crazy because my eye look is going to be a little lighter today. That's what I'm planning on. Just brushing everything through. Try another bronzer out. I bought this a little while ago, but I haven't tried it yet. But this is from Revolution. This is the Mega Bronzer in #1 Cool. I'm excited to try this one. I really do love the cream bronzers from Revolution, so we'll see if I like the powder ones as much. Okay. Sorry, my lighting's going to be a little bit crazy today because it's cloudy and then it like the sun will pop up randomly. Okay, I might have to give this a few shots because I can't tell. Okay, I like the color. It's not too orange. That's good. And this is the lightest shade that I was able to find. And it says it's cool, so I'll take its word for it. Okay, I'm not seeing patchiness. I don't know. I'm not seeing patchiness, but there's just something about it. Am I crazy? What is it? What am I missing? There's something about this, right? Maybe it's just my viewfinder. My viewfinder trips me up sometimes. No, this is fine. This is fine. I did go a little bit heavy on the bronzer, I guess. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm going to go back to the Cheek Thrills Trio and use the powder shade on my cheeks. I've just been using this Japanese brush. I really do like it for both my powders. I've been loving like having two ends on this, even though like this doesn't sit well because I put all my makeup brushes in a cup. But for travel, it's been amazing, and I have a lot of travels coming up, so this brush is also going to be coming along with me. But super excited to I'm super excited to travel, and I don't know if I want to show my travels, like the traveling itself. Let me know if you guys are interested, because I have a lot of exciting trips coming up and I really do want to share, but I do want to focus on makeup on this channel. But you guys let me know if you want to see that. Blush is on, and I'm not going to worry about my highlight yet. I always do that after my eyeshadow looks, just to kind of get a feel for how glowy I'm going for. But the eyeshadow today, I'm using the Morphe, like the new rebranded eyeshadow palettes. This one is in Sky-Fi. I used High Bite Bite Love, something like, it's a pink one. I used the pink one in my last makeup tutorial, so if you want, you can check that out. And I absolutely love that palette. So I'm super, super excited to try this one. And they have like these new like baked shadows right here. Super thrilled. I absolutely loved using this one and the other palettes. So I'm really excited to try these out. Now I'm not too sure that this shade will be deep enough for me to create a full look, but let's just see. I'm a lover of like blue tones and like cool bright colors. So I think I'm just gonna start with this like matte shade right here. I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush and just start basically putting this all over my crease. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, this is a lighter shade. I'll have to see how this plays out, but I hope this doesn't look chalky on me. I set my lid like well enough where it won't get patchy, but I'm hoping I didn't set it too much where it doesn't stick on and it just looks chalky. Let's see. It's a really pretty color though. I love I have a couple more vivid eyeshadow tutorials up, and I recently did a green eye look. If you want, you can check that out, but I absolutely love that. And then on my TikTok and Instagram, I did one with like a bright blue eye look, and I just loved it. I felt like a mermaid in the best way possible. Okay, this is nice. It's blending out really nice. It's, you know, pretty much the same formula as the one I tried yesterday. I haven't used like the regular like shimmer ones. I just used the matte ones yesterday and one of the baked formula ones. So today I will be trying one of the shimmer shades and let you know my thoughts. But, I mean, this blends really nicely. Even for someone that is like higher contrast like I am, you know, I was expecting this to look honestly a little like a lot bit chalky, really chalky on me. But it's really not that bad. Yeah. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to a shadow brush and also smoke this on my lower lash line as well. I just want to create like a whole halo effect with this shade all around my eye. Like that. And it's like medium in pigment, so I can like keep going back in and pick it up, which I prefer honestly with my brighter shades. I feel like when you have a lot of pigment with a lot of brighter shades, it can be harder to work with and things just get muddy. But I'm basically smoking this all around my eye like this. I'm gonna go ahead and use this like purpley deeper shade. It is a shimmer shade. I kind of wish they had a deeper matte shade here, but I mean, you can always use like another palette that better suits this. But I want to try doing a look with just this palette, and I'll go ahead and deepen my crease a little bit and get some definition in. That's a really pretty shade though. Like this, even though it's a shimmer, this is still a really nice color just to deepen the crease. Ooh. I like the shimmer formula. It like melts in. Do you see? I barely blended that out and it just kind of melted in. I'm gonna use the same shade on my lower lash line just to bring a little bit more definition in, especially this outer corner right here. It almost looks like a gap on my eyes. So I'm just kind of filling this in so it looks more like a cohesive eye look. And bring that in a little bit. I'm really just almost like dusting this into my lower lash line. How this shimmer shade has like the pink like reflex in it. Like I know this is like on the pink side, so it has like the pink little shimmers in it, so it brings like an extra little oomph of color. Super excited to get into like this shadow, and this is like, you know, like it looks like the really shimmery type of glitters, so I'm really excited. I hope it's like that soft type of glitter that like Pat McGrath does. So let's say I'm just using a flat brush. Okay, it's not as soft as some other form. Okay, no, it is. Okay, let's just see. I'm just gonna dab it on. Okay, pigment's there. Oh, I love how vibrant that is. Yeah, I'm gonna dab this on, just kind of blend the edges out a little bit just with this brush. That's gorgeous. I'm cleaning off the brush, and I'm just gonna use like the tip of this, load some of this on, and just kind of get the inner eye right here, just to make the lower lash line pop a little bit. I love this color. I don't have anything like this type of shimmery greenish blue. It's really pretty. It almost kind of reminds me of like those fancy like pool tiles, the iridescent ones. It kind of reminds me of that. Now I don't even know where I want to use this. I think I'll try this on my inner corner. Yesterday I tried these like the baked formula wet. Let me just use this. Let's see if I can use it as like a topper. Here, I'm going to focus it on the inner third of my eye. Okay, I like that. It's like a lilac-y type of blue. I think I'll just spread it on top of this, honestly. It's just really pretty. If you use this wet, it's gonna, of course, look even more dramatic, but do you guys see the like lilac-iness in this corner? Lilac-iness. That's pretty. Yeah, if you use this wet, it's gonna be a lot more intense, but I want the green to pop here as well, so I'm not going to wet this one. Go ahead and do my eyeliner. I'm going to use the Maybelline Tattoo Studio liner and line my waterline and basically smudge this along my top lash line just so it's like a softer effect, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here's what the eyeliner looks like. I just use like a smudging brush just to like wing out my liner just a little bit, but it's a really soft one. I wait for my glue to dry. I actually went ahead and put on some mascara, and this is just going to help remove like or cover up some of the grayness from a lot of the eyeshadows I just put on. And then I just also want to point out there is a lot of like shimmer fallout on my face. I mean, I'm trying to dust it off, but it's kind of just like on there now. So just a heads up, there's a bit of fallout from the shimmer shade. Lashes are on, and how gorgeous do the eyes look. I swear, like it's like just the perfect final step. And these are the Kiss lashes in Royal Silk, and these are just my favorite. But now we can zoom back out and do the rest of my face. I kind of unintentionally got like a glow on my face. I am going to use the highlighting balm shade here, and I like to just use my fingers. I'll just kind of warm it up, just kind of dab it. And each of these are like slightly different from each other, and this one has like champagne-y flicks on it, which I like. I normally prefer like my highlighters to have like a champagne-y tone to them. I don't like any ones with like a gold highlight or like a silver highlight, any flecks, stuff like that. This one does have like visible flecks, I'm not gonna lie. Like, can you guys see that? Yeah, but I mean, it's not as bad as a lot of other ones, and I do appreciate this is a balm. You can kind of work with it, and I like that it doesn't, like, it really just sits really well on top of the skin, and it won't mess up the other layers. I mean, just don't rub your face. That just goes for any product. But just dab, and it's nice. I only use a little bit, but because I just want to minimize the amount of glow I keep on my face. But look at this. That's really pretty. I switched these shimmers from my eyeshadow. We're coming off a little bit easier. I mean, for looks with a lot of shimmers and a lot of deeper shadows, I normally like to do my base afterwards, but I mean, I just have been doing my base first these days. But this looks fine. I mean, that's why I added the highlight, so I can make the shimmers look a little bit more normal. But now for the lips, I have a ton of these Morphe lip pencils. I think I have all of the brown shades, all of them. And today I'll go ahead and use Spiffy. I kind of want to go for like the 90s vibe, so I'm going to continue on with this like cooler brown lip liner. Yeah, this is like almost like my outer lip shade. It doesn't have like a lasting power or anything, but I think these are just $6 or $7 at Ulta. They're amazing, and the shades they have for browns are just beautiful. They're stunning. I wanted to do like the whole concealer lip thing, but I got this the other day. It's the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon in the shade. Why is it so hard to find the shade? Oh, 15 Lead the Way. I kind of was hoping this was going to be slightly deeper, so I can kind of use it as a lip liner, and it arrived broken, but I'm just going to use this. It's like a nice cooler pink shade, so I'm just going to use this instead of like a concealer lip color. Just because I love like the kind of pink hues I'm getting from this crease shimmer shade. So I'm hoping this kind of balances it out. That's cute. I like it. And I think this dries down and it's going to last a little while. I went ahead and put my hair down. And then I'm just going to go back in with this lip liner to bring some definition back. Okay, what do we think? Do we like it? I love it. I mean, this is just, it's so summery fun, and I just love like the more pastel-y tones. It's just making it feel very early 2000s, and I love, love, love early 2000s. Okay, so the palette I used today is called Sky-Fi. This is the color story, and just to compare the one I used yesterday, this one is Love Bite. That's the shade name. So I do like that in Love Bite you have a deep matte shade for the crease, but honestly, this shimmer is just so subtle. It almost is like perfect for marrying in my matte, like brighter or like lighter blue shade to the more dense shimmers I have. So just keep that in mind. Now I am super, super high contrast, and I always look for palettes that have deeper, like really deep shades that can work for giving me like definition and everything. And I was worried that this wouldn't work, but it did. So okay, well, the outro is going to be kind of quick because my son's waking up, but you can let me know your thoughts if you enjoyed the video, and if you're interested in buying these eyeshadow palettes, you can follow me on my socials where I will do a lot more looks with these eyeshadow palettes, so you can stay tuned there, and I do upload some hair content, some skincare there as well, so you can follow me there. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.